Hello, my name is Wendy Hicks, and today my speech is going to be on how to become a notary. Let's get started. Pay it forward. Keep those 3 words in mind, and we will get back to that. Becoming a notary is a good way to start off your career. It can boost your resume, it can earn you brownie points with your boss or your supervisor, and it can earn you a second income. Sounds good, right? And let's get back to what is a notary. A notary is a public servant appointed by your state government that witnesses important documents and administer oaths. Sounds pretty impressive. Qualifications of a notary usually vary from state to state. But in the state of Virginia, the requirements are: you must be at least 18 years of age. You must be able to read and write English. You must be a resident of Virginia. And you must not have been convicted of any felonies. The reason that I'm so interested in passing this information along is because I have been in this business for 14 years. And it has opened a lot of doors for me. So I figured that it could probably open a lot of doors for others as well. The process of applying is fairly easy. You must complete a state application, which you could get one if you go to the website www.commonwealth.gov and search notary. You will be able to find a notary application, and it is a state application. This is what a state application looks like. And I'm going to pass this around so you can see what's required on the application. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me after the speech, and I'll be happy to answer them. So once you have completed your application, it must be taken down to the office of the Secretary of the Commonwealth, which is usually downtown in any city, in the clerk of the court office. Along with the application, there is a processing fee that must be submitted with your application. The processing fee right now is $45. And remember, I indicated that from state to state it varies, so it might be a little bit more somewhere else. Once you have filled out your application, paid your processing fee, then the clerk of the court will send your information to the state. There, they will do a background investigation. That will usually take about 2 to 4 weeks. And assuming that everything goes well, then you will be appointed to become a notary. And what you will usually receive is a letter from the clerk of the court advising you to come down to the clerk's office to be sworn in. Once you get there, they will swear you in, and they will issue you a certificate that looks like this. Looks good. I'm going to also pass this around as well so you can see what this looks like. Once you've been sworn in, you will receive a notary handbook in the mail. In that notary handbook, there will be the do's and don'ts on what to do and what not to do when notarizing documents. Once you receive that, now you're ready to purchase your supplies that you need to notarize your documents. The number one thing that you will need is a notary stamp. And this is one stamp that we use to notarize documents. This is an embossed stamp, and it has your name inside of it. And once you notarize a document, you will use this to actually stamp the document, and it will leave your imprint on the document. I'm going to pass this around as well so you can see what this looks like. It doesn't cost much money. One of those stamps usually costs about anywhere maybe from $40 to $50. Really not that expensive. One other thing you need to purchase is a notary book. This is what a notary book looks like. This is used to keep track of everything that you notarize. It has the date, the person or the company who you notarize for, the person's signature, and the form of identification that you received. You will have to put whether you received a driver's license or military ID. This is definitely something good to have, and it comes in handy. I'm going to also pass this around as well, so you can see what this looks like. After you have purchased your supplies, you're now ready to get started with working. There are a number of places where you can work. You can work from title companies to banks, to hospitals, to attorney's office, to mortgage companies. All of these places need notaries. And I know your next question is salary expectations. And the salary expectations, they vary from state to state. Virginia does not have a cap on what you can charge, but other states do. As long as what you charge is reasonable to the amount of work that you're doing, you could charge any amount that you like. I usually charge about $250 per closing. If I'm doing a closing for a someone that's purchasing a home or someone that's refinancing, the documents are usually about anywhere from 100 to 150 documents. And you're not notarizing all of those documents. You're only notarizing some of them. But for something like that, my fee is usually around $250. Sounds good, right? That's your second income. Remember, as mentioned in the beginning, I said pay it forward. What this is a lot of people usually use this term when you have done something positive for someone else. If I have inspired one person today to become a notary, that means that I have succeeded. And all I ask in return is to pay it forward. I hope you have learned something today in reference to becoming a notary. And I hope I have inspired you enough to run out tomorrow and fill out your application. Thank you.